Alright, welcome back. So in this lesson we're going to be going over another song. We're going to be looking at more about how to use the bass notes to figure out what chords to play in the song. So if we look at the song, If You Can Use Anything, Lord, You Can Use Me, in your study information, this song we're going to be playing in the key of E flat, so we're going to go ahead and give that to you in advance what key the song's in, even though we know you're fully capable of figuring out what key it's in by now. So if we look at this song, what you want to do is listen to the tracks that have been provided for you and figure out the bass line on your own first. Now we're going to kind of help you out with figuring out the chords, but what I want you to do is stop the video, listen to the audio track of just the bass playing, If You Can Use Anything, Lord, You Can Use Me, and figure out that bass line by yourself in the key of E flat. E flat, use the E flat major scale. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. It's pretty much going to be nothing outside those notes, and the bass is going to really help you out and teach you about playing by ear. So stop the video, go ahead and listen to that, figure that out, and then come back. Okay, and now we're going to actually go into what chords to use once you've figured out that bass line. And now we're in the key of E flat here, okay? So when you're on your one chord, there's a variety of things that are most likely to happen. For one, most of the time you're just going to play your straight one chord, a major chord, E flat major. Occasionally, you're going to have a passing chord, which is your 4/1, and occasionally you're going to have a 5/1. Okay, occasionally you're also going to have a flatted 7/1, which is usually followed by the 4 chord. Alright, so there's a couple of things, but most of the time it's going to be either a 1 or a 4/1. Alright, so that's your one chord. Your two chord, most likely going to be an F minor 7, or it could be, an F7 or an F9 of some kind. Your 3 chord, most likely going to be a 1/3. It could be a minor 7, or it could be a 7. Okay, your 4 chord, pretty much always going to be a major chord. Your 5 chord, major chord, occasionally a minor 7. Your 6 chord, minor 7th, occasionally could be a 7 if it's going to the minor 2, and it could also be a 4/6 as we've learned if you're going to repeat the song. Your 7, most likely going to be a 5/7, like B flat over D in this key. It could be a 7 with a minor 7 with a flatted 5th as well. So there's a couple different things it could be, but most of the time it's going to be the 5/7. Alright, so If You Can Use Anything, Lord, You Can Use Me. I'm just going to play it real quickly. This might not be exactly like it is on the recorded track, but this is one variation of it. So we're starting off on the 1 chord. It goes to the 4/1 mainly. Back to the 1 chord. And then, of course, there's a variety of things that we can do. There's a variety of things that can happen in this song. You could take, the 3 chord. You could do a 7, 3, and then go to the 1. So figure that out. Figure out what those chords are. Fill in the notes for that there in your lesson. Try to figure out best as you can what the bass notes are, and then use educated guesses and use your ear to figure out what the chords are that should go with that. Alright, so that's the first part of this lesson. We'll be back here shortly to finish up. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take the song If You Can Use Anything, Lord, You Can Use Me, which is kind of playing in the background with the bass going. We're going to show you the chords that are actually used in the song. Okay, we're listing 1 chord, 4/1, 1 chord, 3/7, 6 minor 7, flatted 7th with a major 7, 4/5, back to the 1, 5 minor 7 to the 1, to the 4, to a 3/1/3, 2 minor 7, 4/5, and then back to the 1 chord. Okay, So that's basically, if you can use anything, Lord, in a nutshell there. So what we did here, and hopefully you made all the right guesses going through and playing it. You have your 1 chord, 4 over 1, back to the 1 chord, your 3, 7, and you notice we didn't pick a minor 3, even though that's the natural part of the scale. And you can listen, when you listen, it's really not a minor 3. If you try to play that there, it wouldn't sound right with the song. Okay? So the minor 6. That makes sense, right? Alright, and then here we go to the flatted 7th. And it's not just a flatted 7, but it has a major 7th added to it. So an A flat, C, F. Now this is kind of replacing our 2 chord. You'll notice in songs that follow that progression, 6, 2, 5, 1, you can use the flatted 7th as a major 7th to replace the 2. And the reason is you're basically playing an F minor over a flatted 7th, if you notice that. So it's kind of the same thing, just with a different bass, and it sounds really pretty. Okay? Then it goes to the 4 over 5, to the 5, back to the 1, 5, this time with the minor 7, back to the 1, to the 4, 1 over 3, to the 2 minor 7, 4 over 5, to the 5, back to the 1, 4 over 5. You could even do, but if you wanted to, you could even do this. 4 over 6, 5 over 7, back to the 1 chord. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, while you're playing these songs. So, but this is just one variation of it. So hopefully you made all the right educated guesses listening to the audio tracks that were provided, and hopefully you were able to use your ear to figure out, okay, this is the right chord here, this is not the right chord here. So anyways, hope this has been a blessing to you. We'll be back here shortly with more great lessons about how to master transcribing songs by ear. God bless.